Brianna is livid. She's upset. She is big. When I say she big mad, oh, she big mad. When I tell you, she was looking at her, walking towards her like, you gave Roshan your number? So the girl with the skylight, I don't know what you talking about, girl. You better get out my face. So Brianna like, you gave Roshan. She like, he do not got my number. So she stands up from out the desk. The girl with the sky and Brianna look like they about to go toe to toe. And me and Piper, we sitting there like our name was Bennett and we ain't in it. I'm just sitting here like, oh, it's about to take place. It's about to be a little rumble. So Brianna like, you did. Let's ask him. So the girl with the skylight, I didn't get him my number. Now, I don't know if she knew I had received a note because the note was never talked about. So she must have known that I never got that note. She didn't know the note was leaked out pretty much. And now everybody knows. It's not a secret. So maybe she don't know that basically she caught, but she was either A, rolling with this story she was telling her, or B, really forgot that she wrote her number and put it on that letter to give to me. So the girl with the sky look at me, she like, did I give you my number? I'm like, well, technically she didn't give me her number. And so the girl with the sky like, see, you over there being thirsty over somebody that got a whole boo. He don't even want you no more. So now they going back and forth. She like, you did give him his number. So they going, I'm talking about nobody ain't listening to nobody. That's how, and they loud. They I don't know if it was loud, but they was screaming, right? Like trying to get their point across. So the teacher walks in like, ladies, hey, get to your assigned seat. He like, get to your seat. So Brianna like, I got you. So the girl with the sky say, you ain't got to get me now. You ain't got to wait, get me now. So Brianna like, oh, no, don't worry about it. I got you. So the teacher say, hey, y'all must don't want to get out of here. Y'all must want to stick around for another year. Because if y'all do anything, y'all fight in my class. He said, I'm telling y'all going to get held back. So I was like, I raised my hand. He like, yes. I'm like, who is y'all? Who is y'all? I ain't did nothing, man. I'm sitting in my seat. Who is y'all? I straight up asked the teacher, who is y'all? He said, I'm talking to the young ladies. I'm like, oh, okay, because I'm like, I ain't did. He said, I didn't say you did. I said, yeah, I just heard y'all say yeah. He said, but if you keep going back and forth with me, and I'm looking like, man, this teacher on one ain't even saying that. So I'm just looking like, you know what? So I finished doing my little assignment. So boom, the teacher leaves back out, but he coming in now live. So he going like back and forth. So I'm like, dang. I'm like, babe, check your phone. I'm like, you ain't got no missed calls or nothing? She like, no. I'm like, let me check on Mark. I'm like, hey, I'm finna hit Raymond, the other burnout phone. So boom, I text him. I'm like, hey, y'all good? So I'm just holding on to her phone, right? Now I done text Raymond already. So you hear the girl with the sky, she over there mumbling. She saying stuff under her breath. So she pulled her phone out. She like, yeah, where you at? You think you could come up to the school? So I'm like, like this, but I'm like, it's finna get hectic, right? So as she's on the phone, the teacher walks back in. He walks back in. He said, hey, you're not supposed to be on your phone. Put your phone up. She like, well, it's an important phone call. He like, yeah, but you can't be, in the class on your phone. So she said, well, hold on. Can I go to the bathroom? He like, no, you can't go to the bathroom. She like, but I have to go to the bathroom. So the teacher said, well, get off your phone and ask me the right way. She like, oh my God, he is irritating. So he said, excuse me. So I'm like, oh, the girl with the sky, I just think she was on go. She was heated. She got embarrassed. I think she just on go at this point. So boom, she hangs up the phone. And so he said, who you talking to? The teacher was like, who you talking to? She said, nobody. So she said, so she had her hand up. Now the teacher is leaning, like, how the teachers be in front of the desk and they just leaning back. He leaning back on the desk. We're looking at him, look at her with her hand up, right? With her hand up. So she got her hand up. The teacher like, just looking at her. She like, you don't see my hand? He like, I see it. She like, so I'm asking you, can I go to the bathroom? He said, no, you can't go to the bathroom. She said, but you just told me to ask you the right way. He said, I'll let you know when you go to the bathroom. You done with your assignment? She said, no, I'm not done with the assignment. So the teacher said, well, get done with the assignment, then you go to the bathroom. She said, okay. When I tell you, the girl with the scarf, she was funny for this one. She said, okay. She grabbed, like, kind of snatched the paper off the desk, like, and flipped it over hard, like, boom. And she got the, like just bubbling anything. You could just hear her, like, okay, here. I'm like, oh yeah. You got a little temper. You look cray-cray. Man, she said, okay, I'm done now. He like, you want to check over your work? She like, nope, it's all right. So Brianna like, please check over her work. She said, what'd you say? You shouldn't even be saying that to me. She like, how you want to talk to somebody that I was talking to? So this whole time, so the teacher's like, hey, y'all say that for after the class. Say that for after the class. He just kept saying, save it for after the class. So Piper like laughing. I'm like, hey, stop. So she said, can I go to the bathroom? So the teacher said, if you want to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. I told you couldn't go to the bathroom. She said, well, okay, I'm going to the bathroom. So she gets up. He said, hey, if you leave out, don't come back to my class. She said, what? He said, if you leave out, don't come back to my class. She said, nobody want to be in this stinking class anyway. And she walked out the class. Now, I don't know what's about to transpire after this. I don't know, but I know that she walked out. So as we still doing, our assignment, we hear somebody loud in the hallway. I'm talking about loud. So the door, the way me and Piper was sitting, it was like, I could like peek my head like this and I could see, because we had two classroom doors. We had one door that was by the teacher's desk and we had another door that was at the end. So like people would come in at the other door, other people would go out. So I'm looking at the entranceway. So I'm looking like, I see the girl with the scarf. She walking back and forth on her phone, talking loud. But I think she was trying to scare Brianna low-key, walking back and forth, like past the class, being loud and telling people like to come up there. So Piper like, they finna fight. I'm like, oh no. She like, I just think it's funny how they about to fight over somebody that they don't get. I'm like, don't say nothing. So Brianna like, okay, she could call whoever she want to call. I could call my peoples too. And some of my people's already up here. So I'm like, Brianna, I'm telling her like, hey, just calm down. So Piper look at me. I'm like, can I talk to her? She like, do you must? I'm like, please. She like, okay, Roshan. I'm like, so I go closer to the next desk and I'm like, hey, I'm like, don't fight her. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, I got your back. I'm like, remember what your mama told me. She like, yeah, but no, that's wrong. That's bogus. She a snake. She a snake. So the teacher comes in. He like, is that the seat that you've been sitting in? So I'm like, no. He like, if I gotta say something to anybody else, I'm gonna write your name down on the paper, and y'all name is gonna be right with her name, and y'all really gonna be staying here a whole nother year. So I was just like, I'm sorry, I was just talking to her. He like, nobody should be talking. This is detention. It should be quiet. So I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. So I get up, because I want to keep mine cool as possible. I ain't trying to stay a whole nother year. I'm trying to be as cool as possible. So let me put it on mute. Let me keep it cute, put it on mute. That's like, I was just sitting there like, okay, let me just be quiet. So boom, we finished. So she like, hey, your brother. I'm like, all right. So I see the text like, we in a classroom on the 4th floor. I'm like, classroom? Now all the classes not open. What are y'all? I told y'all to be in the hallway with the people's basketball court, football. What are you doing, Sway? What are you doing? So immediately my mind went in panic mode. So I raised up my hand. He like, the teacher like, yes. I'm like, I got to use it real bad. He was like, okay. He like, hurry up. He like, here, give me the pass. Boom. I'm in the hallway. So I'm like, all right. So I go on the 4th floor. I go on the 4th floor. And that's a lot of classes. It's a lot of classes up there. So I'm starting from 401, 402, 403. So I'm kind of like, I'm looking and all in the classes. Boom. I finally get to the class that's all the way in the back, in the corner. They in there. Marky chilling at the teacher's desk with his feet on the desk. The classroom door is closed. Raymond's sitting there toying on his phone. I'm like, yo, I'm like, what y'all doing here? I'm like, y'all gonna get caught. They're like, by who? I'm like, security guards. I'm like, they be walking up and down on the floors. I'm like, y'all gotta get out the room. I'm like, and plus, yo, it's about to go down. So they're like, wait, what happened? I'm like, look, Brianna and the girl with the scar, I'm like, they about to get it too. And so Mark like, swear to God. I'm like, I swear to God. He like, for what? I'm like, because basically a letter got leaked out and she wanted me to have it. And I'm like, she put her phone number on that. And this is the time they've been friends. And I was dating. So Mark like, they finna fight over you. I'm like, they ain't fighting. They don't even look right. I'm not even with neither one. They ain't fighting over me. They fighting over their friendship. She was a snake. So boom, Mark like, I gotta see the fight. I say, look, I said, I'm going back to detention. I'm like, y'all make sure y'all stay like at the basketball court or football court. I'm like, so I could be able to, you know, get to y'all more quicker. Boom, we good. Nevertheless, I dipped out that class. And as I go on our floor, the girl with the sky, she's sitting there, right, by the door, just shaking her leg. So I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go in that door. Oh my God, like, okay, I gotta go in that door. Like, I gotta go past this girl. So as I'm walking, I'm getting close to the door. She like, Roshan. I'm like, and my mind was like, I'm like, yeah. She like, when I gave you my number, I'm like, you never gave me, you never gave me your number personally. She like, okay, so why do my friend think I gave you my number? What did you tell her? I'm like, me? I'm like, wait, first off, hold the phone. I ain't tell her nothing. This ain't got nothing to do with me. And say, I didn't tell her nothing. So I was like, I said, Legs came up to me. I'm like, and basically you wrote a note to get to me. And she was like, what? That was a long time ago before I even knew that Brianna even liked you. So I'm like, okay. So she like, you know what? And if she want to fight, we can fight. I got my peoples coming. So you can tell her how her peoples too. So I'm like, I don't think y'all should fight. And so the teacher comes out because he's going in and out. He comes out the class and see me by the door, but on tour. He like, excuse me, Roshan. I'm like, huh? He like, that's not the bathroom. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, she asked me a question. He like, classroom. I'm like, man, it was like I kept getting caught by this man. So boom, I sit down. So Piper like, everything good? I'm like, they was in the classroom on the 4th floor. So Piper like, for what? I'm like, I have no clue. I don't know. Time progressed. Boom. The bell is about to ring. Okay. So he letting us know like, hey, y'all are good. He like, make sure y'all stop at the office tomorrow so you guys can see if you're leaving out the school and being able to go to the next school and come get your paperwork and woo. And it's gonna let us know. Basically, we was gonna have like a small little like graduation of us leaving out of there so we could be able to go to regular school. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the bell hit. When that bell hit, when I say Brianna was out like lightning, when I say Brianna got up like Speedy Gonzalez, when I say Brianna got up that it was like, now you see me, now you don't. This girl was so fast that you would think lightning half strike. She was phew, like the wind. It was like, I never saw her. It was like, man, it was fast. It was fast. And so Piper like, come on, let's go. So I'm like, we got to go find Marky and Raymond. So now it's people, you know what I'm saying, they're all out in the hallway because everybody now just really just chilling up at the school. Everybody just chilling. So I'm just like, man, I need to get through. Like, man, where they at? So first thing first, I go to the football. I'm like, if they not out there, I go to the basketball court, to the gym. They in there, they hooping. I'm like, yo, come on, let's go. So Marky's like, all right, so boom, we're walking now. So all you see is the girl with the sky. She on the phone. She talking like, where y'all at? So I'm like, hey, y'all, let's just stay right. Like, let's stay like low key. We was in the cut, but we was still right there. So all of a sudden, Legs was walking through and she was like, hey, you good? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why Brianna end up letting her know? She like, what? So as she talking, the girl with the scar come over there and say, what'd you tell my friend? And so Legs like, girl, you better get out of my face. And so Legs turned around, kept talking to me. So I'm like, I'm looking, so Piper got my hand. So me and Piper had our two pinkies attached like this. So we kind of like getting each other attention, like, oh, you see that? Oh. So all of a sudden, Legs like kept talking to us. So the girl with the sky like, now you always in some drama. You always saying something. Why you tell her? So she like, girl, it was on the know. We all got the know, girl. You was thirsty. You liked him too. Why you talking about, oh, he was passed around. You wanted a piece of him too. So now they going back and forth. So Legs like, you better get out my face before I steal off you. She said, you better get out my face before I steal off you. When she said that, I don't know if the girl with the sky felt like those was fighting words, but I put her on play. She grabbed Legs by the hair. Cause Legs was like this looking at me. She grabbed Legs by the hair and she started hitting on the side of the face like, Buckle, you starting all this drama. Nobody like you in this school. So Legs like, I'm like, I didn't know if I should jump in because I was just like, oh my God, it's happening right here. Let me get away from the scene so they don't think that I got anything to do with the scene. So Marky crumping it up like, Derek, like, Legs, turn around. She got you by your hair. So Legs, she happened to hurry up because she was still turned like this. And I'm talking about the girl, she had, when I say the pull game was strong, the pull game was strong. Cause she had a grip for dear life. She had a grip like if she was pushing a baby out. She was like, Buckle. So Marky like, turn around, Legs, just turn around. So he hyping up. So I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God. So everybody is bum rushing this fight. So Legs happened to turn herself around and she was like grabbing in the girl face. And the girl with the sky, Legs was grabbing her by the face like this. So I'm like, oh my gosh, but Legs was digging in her face. She let her go because I guess she poked in the eye. Boom, but the girl with the sky, she ready to keep running back up. Legs put her foot out. Boom. The girl with the sky, she go tumbling back. Legs, fuku. By that time, the girl with the sky friends are already in the crowd and they grabbing Legs. And I'm talking about when they grab Legs, they drug her down the hallway by her sweatpants. When I'm talking about they was dragging her, we saw her underwear. They was dragging her down a hallway. So I was like, oh my God. Now, it ain't that many security guards because school is pretty much done. It's done. So it's like about 1 or 2 security guards. Normally it's like about 5 or 6. But this round, it's not that many. Okay? So the fight is really getting real. So boom, Brianna comes with her people. Now, at this point, the girl with the sky, she's following her friends and the crowd and Legs. Now, I didn't peep Brianna right away. I was following the crowd. Me, Marky, and Piper, and Raymond, we was following the crowd trying to see, like, how this going to unfold, how this going to play out. All of a sudden, I see Brianna come past me, and I felt, like that double take you got to do? It's like a double take you got to do. When you like in your own zone, you're like right here with yours, and somebody just come, and you see them in your peripheral, but when you see them, it's like, it was a double take. I couldn't believe it. Because the way she was coming up, she was taking big chunk steps. Now, mind you, the girl with the sky is following the crowd as well. We can see. She's not turning around, looking back, none of that. Brianna little swoopty, she had like friends. Her friends with her other friends that she been rolling with. Man, I kid you not. Brianna, I see her, the way she was running, if it was like a pot of gold at the end, she said, you ain't nothing but a liar. Oh, everybody like, oh no. And now it's so much going on. So people don't know what to do. But when that hit was an impact because when Brianna hit the girl with the scar, her friends, they followed suit. They fell in line. They hurried up and they jumped on this girl real bad. So I'm like, Brianna, chill. So now the girl with the scar, her friends that was jumping on Legs, they hurry up and trying to run over there and help the girl with the scar. Legs collecting her thoughts. She gets up. She runs over there to the fight. So now it's a whole big mess. So I'm like, y'all, let's just go. As we getting ready, as soon as I said, let's go, and we walked away, here come both of the security guards running towards the fight, telling everybody to break it up. They about to go to the office. Thank God that I got to see the free view, and also I'm getting to leave without no trouble, without no problems. And Marky and Raymond came here scot-free, and we gone. So boom, we get out the building. We out the building. Now mind you, when we was on our way there, we was blowing back. So Raymond like, hey, y'all want to finish, hitting this. So Piper was like, nah, because Piper was kind of like a good girl. So she like, no, I'm kind of good. So Mark like, flame it up, you know what I'm saying? So we walking. So she didn't like the smoke hitting her. So I'm like, you okay? She like, yeah. So I'm like, man, I feel like I need to go check on Brianna, right? As we walking, that's what I said. So Piper like, for what? I'm like, because like I want to know if she okay. And then plus I was there and I'm like, I made a promise to her mama that I'll have her back. She like, well, if you go have her back, I'm going to just go home and then I hope everything work out for y'all. I'm like, hey, it's nothing like that. So Marky like, hey, it's nothing like that. I'm like, can y'all keep walking? Yeah, can y'all walk ahead, but y'all just keep walking. I'm like, we're going to be walking behind. So I'm like, hey, why you acting like that? She was like, I'm not acting like nothing. I'm like, she's just cool. I just want to make. She like, no, she's your ex. I'm like, you're right. I'm like, come on, we'll get to you, put stuff. So boom, I start walking her towards her bus stop. Boom, she gets on the bus. I wave, gave her, kiss, wave. Boom, she's gone. Now we get on our bus. Now we are zooted. We are lit, right? I'm talking about we smoked like the whole thing. I couldn't keep my eyes open. My eyes was like this, and I felt it because I felt paranoid. I thought people was looking at me, talking about me. I thought it was a lot going on. I was nervous if my mama was home, even though I know she was gonna be gone for some days. I was really worried, right? For just no apparent reason. Boom, our stop come, we get off the bus. So we see Beth, but Beth don't see us. But Beth going down another block. We just caught a piece of her. And so Marky like, there go Beth. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, good. I'm like, come on, let's go. So boom, we walking towards the crib. So Marky like, hey, she like a car, right? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I said we're not paintballing it. He like, you said you went paintballing. So Raymond like, nah, wait till you see what your brother finna do. I'm like, wait, what? He like, wait till you see what your brother finna do. I'm like, what you finna do? He like, all right, hurry up, come on. So we start walking fast. Now, I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know what's about to go down. All I know that Marky is up to some shenanigans. And I need to watch and see what's about to happen. So I'm not aware about what's about to happen. But Raymond do, but he don't want to tell me. But he kiki and caca while we walking. We gets up that close to Beth red car. Marky the stole whiteout from out the teacher's classroom. The whiteout. So he dipped the whiteout and he just was putting whiteout on the window and whiteout on the paint of the body of the car. So he's like putting whiteout. He splacking whiteout on there. I'm like, boy. I'm like, no. So Raymond ran. Raymond, because I just thought like when he did it the first time, it was like, like he was petty when he first did it. Like all I saw when he pulled it out, I just saw when he untwisted. I noticed it was the whiteout, and I was like, what are you gonna do with it? But when he put it on the window, I'm like, okay, he was using the little brush thing. I'm like, okay, and then he put a little bit on the body. I was like, okay, but then he started splashing all of it out the thing, and I'm like, oh no. So Raymond bus running. I hurried up. I went to I left Mark right there. Mark like, wait for me, what are you doing? I'm like, boom, I'm gone. Front door now opening. My nana is upstairs with Caleb, spending time with Caleb. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, you got some Visine? He like, yeah, I do. Boom, we go downstairs. We put the Visine in there. I'm like, man, now I'm asking a high person, do I look high? Right? I'm asking this man. I said, do I look high? He like, nah, you look good. He like, what about me? Do I? I'm like, He like, man, look, those girls was fighting. He like, that was a crazy fight. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I hope I don't get pulled up into it. So boom, I goes upstairs to my room. When I go to my room, I got an air bed in my room. So I'm like, who put this? So I check on Caleb. Nana is in there. I'm like, hey, Nana, now here's the deal. It's a party at the school later tonight. Now, mind you, I don't got to go to work. Now, I could lie to my Nana and tell I had to go to work so I could be able to go to the party at school. But I'm not going to lie. I'm going to ask her straight up. So I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? She was like, yeah, sure, shoot. I'm like, so I'm done with detention. I'm like, tomorrow we go up there to see, like, you know, are we going to graduate from the school? And I'm like, and tonight, I'm like, it's a party at the school. She like, it's a party at the school? I'm like, yeah, like, everybody going to be in the gym, and they're throwing a big party for us. She like, okay, and when is this party? I'm like, it's at 6 p.m. She like, and when is it over? I'm like, I don't know. She said, okay, well, you can go for 2 hours. Now, in the back of my mind, it's like, I got to get there. So when you leave, you going to already be timing me. Because I'm going to be at the house for 2 hours. Like, I was just like, hold on, wait a minute. So I was like, well, Nana, I'm going to be with my friends. She like, do you prefer to ask your mom or do you want to take the 2 hours? I'm like, the 2 hours start when I leave or when I get there. She said, when you get there, I'm like, but I don't have no phone. She said, okay, take my cell phone. Now, boom, I'm good. So I'm geeked. So I I go downstairs. I'm like, hey, Marky. He got the door cracked. As I open the door, I'm like, hey, Marky. He in there in his room polishing up his paintball gun. I said, what are you about to do? He like, this is for later tonight. You ready? I'm like, ready for what? He like, no, Beth always try to pick with you. Nana already had to, I'm like, he kept doing that and it was making it so funny. I'm like, stop doing that. I'm like, look, okay, scratch all that. I'm like, listen, I'm going to the party tonight. He like, how? I'm like, Nana said I can go in. She gonna give me her phone. So he like, oh, I should go too. I'm like, no, she ain't gonna let. He like, ask her for me. I'm like, no, you ask her for yourself. He like, come on, do it for me. Come on, bro. Do it. What if something happened at the party? I'm like, all right, I got you. So I go upstairs. I'm like, Caleb like, what? I'm like, I want to talk to Uncle Mookie. He like, she's busy. We're watching the Sonic movie. I'm like, boy, open the door. So Nana, she opens the door. I'm like, just in case, can Marky come? She looked at me. She said, tell Marky to come ask me himself. I knew that was a setup. I knew I shouldn't. I knew. Because it was the face expression. She was like, tell Marky to ask me himself. So I goes down there. I was like, hey, bro. Nana said you got to come ask her yourself. He like, what? I'm like, yeah. She said, tell him to come ask him himself. So he like, all right, I'll go up there. So he went up there straight up asked her. It was a green. It was a go. It was a yes. So boom, I'm chilling. I'm in my room chilling. So all I get is somebody knocking at my room door. So I'm like, who is it? It's Marky. So Marky come in my room. He like, hey, how you get that bed? I'm like, oh, Nana. It's an air bed. He like, I don't even got no air bed. I'm like, I don't like talk to Nana. He like, see, she be playing favorites. I'm like, what? She don't be playing favorites. So then I hear, I'm like, who is it? I'm like, that probably be Nana. I'm like, who is it? It's me. Who is me? The favorite one. I'm like, who is the favorite one? He like, open the door, it's important. So I open the door. I'm like, what? He was like, what are you guys are doing? I'm like, none of you move. What? He like, nothing. I was thinking that I might want a snack. I'm like, okay, what kind of snack you want? He's like, I don't know. He like, what about rainbow cake that Uncle Mookie got? I'm like, okay, go tell her. He like, no, I'm asking you. I'm like, okay, I got you. He like, now. I'm like, I'm not going right now to go get you no rainbow cake where you could go down there and disturb Nana and she could cut you a piece. So he stormed off. Boom, boom, slammed the door. Boom. So my Nana like, hey, what's that noise? I'm like, all you hear is, because Rody Doty won't give me no cake. I'm like, so my nana say, Rody Doty, come here. I'm like, so Marky like, I'm like, not funny. So I go downstairs. She like, what you up there doing to your brother? I'm like, he wants some rainbow cake. She like, cut him a piece of rainbow cake. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, Nana, where you put the rainbow cake at? She was like, I put it on the counter. So now I'm looking on the counter, I'm like, it ain't no more. So she said, well, I do got one that's put up, is in the deep freezer. So I'm like, the cake? She like, yeah, it's wrapped up in aluminum foil. And in the bag, it says rainbow cake. So I go down to the deep freezer. Sure enough, it was there, but it's frozen. So I got to thaw it out. So I sit it there. I get ready to go upstairs to tell Caleb. So I knock on the door. So I'm like, hey, Caleb, I'm like, I got your cake out. I'm like, it's frozen though. He like, but I want it now. I can eat it frozen. I'm like, boy, you can't eat it frozen. Just wait. He like, well, warm it up in the microwave. I'm like, Caleb, you can't. You can't. He like, I would eat it like that. He like, well, make me cookies. I can't wait. I need a snack. I said, okay, stop yelling. I'll make you cookies. He like, fine. Boom, shut the door in my face. I'm like, you want milk? Yes, milk and cookies. Thank you. So all of a sudden, I hears the bell. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I go grab the cookies. Now, Marky coming upstairs. He like, what you doing? I'm like, cookies. He like, hey, I need to talk to you. I'm like, bro, you need to get dressed. I'm like, because we got to get ready to get to that party. I'm like, this is going to be fun. I'm like, this is going to be really fun. Like, I'm actually feeling good. I'm happy. I'm not walking around the crib nervous. So, boom, the bell ring. So, my nana like, I got it. So, I'm in up, undoing the cookies. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, I'm putting them in the pan. I know he like them a little soft in the middle. Boom, I put a little ice, pour his milk, put it in the freezer. So, I hear, did they touch my daughter's car? So, I'm like, I hear car and I hear daughter. So Marky, he dipped. Now this dude is in the kitchen with me. Soon as he heard that and we looked at each other like, he dips down the hat behind the counter. So my nana like, Rody Doty. I'm like, huh? Come here for a second. I'm like, I'm making. She said, now you're not Rody Doty. Come here. I said, okay. I said, come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. Come on, come with me. He like, I'm like, come on. She like, ain't no time for none of that playing. Come on. So he like, I'm like, let's go. You ain't finna just leave me. And you got me bent. I didn't do nothing. So Joanne out there and Beth is out there. But Beth is crying. You see tears just drop, but it's not like, oh, I'm sad. It's like a cry like, I want to put my hands on one of y'all. So Joanne tells my nana, like, can you come here for a second? So my nana make us come out. So when we come out, and we look at when I say it was dried up on her car, it was so bogus. And it was all on one side and it was on the window. So my nana said, what make you think they did it? Because she like, they've been going back and forth at it for a long time. And May already know this. And I know nobody would want to do that to Beth Carr because everybody in the neighborhood loves Beth from all the blocks. We've been on these blocks way before they came, blah, 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 blah. She's giving the whole script. So my nana is the type that she ain't gonna cut you off. She gonna let you talk because whatever she say, whatever you say, it gonna matter. And she gonna walk off from the scene like, oh, well. So my nana looked at us and she said, did one of y'all do this? So we like, no. I'm like, I didn't. And so Marky like, no, why would I do that? So Marky like, man, whoever did that, they must was really mad. So I looked at him. So she like, y'all, Beth like, y'all did it. I know y'all did. Somebody finna pay for this. So Marky like, I'm not paying for nothing because I ain't even do it. He like, maybe it was one of your friends did it. So Joanne like, well, we're going to get to the bottom of it and we're going to find out who did it. And then they're going to have to pay for it. So my nana said, okay, whenever you get to the bottom of it, and if they did it, we would pay for it, okay? So Joanne was like, you know what, I'm going to call May. And so literally, my nana hits the ultimate May move. She said, oh, hold on, wait. I got my cell phone on me. I'll call her because she'll pick up for me. My nana calls my mom. She said, hey, the next door neighbor want to talk to you. My mom did not know she was on speakerphone. My mom like, I don't want to talk to them crazy people. Joanne like, hey. So my mom like, hey, girl. Joanne like, well, we not crazy, man. She like, nah, y'all not crazy. But, you know, I'm on a little small mini vacation because the kids is driving me crazy. So she said, yeah, well, we think that your kids put something on Beth's car is white. So my mama said, did you see them do it? So she said, no, nobody saw nothing. She said, well, I don't know what to tell you. You can't just keep blaming everything on Rody, Dodie, and Mark. So Beth like, they gonna pay for it. They gonna pay for it. So my nana said, can I get my phone back? And because my nana's a germaphobic, she took the phone and she had the phone like this. She said, come on, guys, let's go. And so I was looking. So Joanne like, oh, so this conversation done? So my nana looked and say, yes, it's all the way done. And whenever you find out, let us know. We gets in the house, my nana immediately sanitized our phone. She was just picky like that. She made us some ice water, rinsed the ice off, boom. Had ice water, she sat there. She looked at us in the kitchen. She said, this the time to tell the truth. And we looking like, normally when somebody say that, they keep going, they say what we need to be telling the truth about. So I'm just looking, me and Marky, we looking. So I'm like, Nana, now I keep saying, I didn't saying we, I'm speaking for myself. I said, I'm like, Nana, I didn't do it. I'm like, I promise you I ain't do it. So Marky, he like this, he like, right, we didn't do it. And so I'm looking like, yeah, I know I didn't do it. So my Nana like, Marky, did you do it? So Marky like, Nana, no. She said, don't make no face expressions. Say it straight up. Marky, did you do it? He like, no, Nana. She say, Marky, you know I know you. He like, yeah, but I didn't do it. She say, if they find out that you did it or you did it, we all gonna have a problem. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna make you guys do suicides all day. So I was like, first off, at that age, I didn't know what suicide was. I didn't know like what type of exercise that was. But I already know that she's down with the you know, she's down with the, you feel me? So I was like, okay, you know, I know it ain't me. I ain't worried about it. So boom, I started getting prepared, ready for the party. So I'm like, Nana, can I make a phone call? She like, yeah. So I grabbed the house phone. I called Piper. I'm like, hey, I'm finna be heading to the school. She like, okay. She like, I'm still looking for something to wear. She like, just wait for me. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait for you. I'm gonna be in front of the school. She like, all right, cool. So boom, Marky getting dressed. We waiting, right? So I hit Raymond up. I'm like, Raymond, that's a party at the school. So Raymond like, hey, I'm coming with y'all. I'm like, hey, make sure you twist some up. He like, I got a couple on twist. We on. So Marky like, hey, I'm gonna put my paintball gun up, and when we come back, he like, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm like, you're not doing nothing else. He like, watch me. I'm like, if you do and anything happen, I'm snitching. He like, how you gonna snitch on your own brother? I'm like, I'm snitching. And I walked off, right? Boom. We all get prepared. We're super ready. My Nana like, hey, look, be back in a couple of hours. If you happen to stay longer, call me and let me know. I'm like, okay, cool. That's nice parenting. Gotcha, Nana. I can do that. She give me her cell phone. We're good. Boom. Raymond is already at like a couple of houses down. He know don't stand in front of my crib. He know it'll pop off. You definitely did right. So you stay right there. So boom. He see us. So we walked off. We walking off. Now, at the end of the block, we spot Beth, Roy, we spot everybody. The boy that was chasing Marky when we had threw all that tissue on her. Everybody down there. So a couple of more dudes. They deep. You got Cody, Cynthia, all of them, they down there. So I'm like, yo, wait, slow. So Marky like, what? I'm like, look. I'm like, that's most definitely. I'm like, that's Beth and Roy in them. So Marky like, so? I'm like, they outnumber us. Wait, first off, you pick your battles. You pick your battles, sir. No. So I'm like, y'all, let's go down this other block. Boom, we go down the other block, flame up. Boom. Now the buses they're not running like that fast, right? Right? They ain't running that fast. It's late in the evening. It's not running that fast. So boom, we finally wait. So boom, the bus coming. I'm like, all right, cool. So we get on the bus, we pay. Now, I'm the type, when I get on the bus, I like to look. So I was behind. It was Raymond that got on first. Marky got on second. I got on at the end. So when we get on the bus, I always look. So I look. See Beth, Roy, Cody, all the people that was down there, they sitting in the back. So Raymond like, hey, he spotted now, but he already paid. I haven't paid yet. So, but the bus driver, he done closed the door and now we done pulled off. I'm like, oh my God. Like, Oh God. So I went on here, I paid. So Marky like, we just gonna have to just get down how the way we live. So Beth like, yeah, y'all come back here. Come back here. Who did this? So first off, why are you on the bus? Why are you on the bus? Why you ain't driving your beautiful car? Why you ain't driving your beautiful car? Why are you on the bus? So they talking smack. So Roy, he comes. Now we standing by the bus driver, like we standing up. So the bus driver trying to tell us like, hey, like y'all need to step back. Like, cause we was too close. So I'm like trying not to start no friction. I'm trying to tell them to calm down because Raymond and Marky, they gonna be ready. They gonna be on go. Me, I'm the one that's trying to like, before we snap, let's calm it down first so we can be able to say in the scene like, yo, we tried to chill, but they kept going. Like, they just ready. So Marky like, look, if he say anything, I'm gonna swing on him. So Roy like, y'all don't want to come back here? There's some seats back here. Y'all scared to sit back here with us? So Marky like, I ain't scared. So Marky saying that and he walked straight off from where it was me, him, and Raymond. Roy like kind of right here. This dude, Marky, walks off and goes towards the back. First off, you don't make no executive decisions like that without saying a green or a red, and you gonna go back there. And we trying to stay out the jam, but he trying to show his little ego. He trying to show that he ain't scared. So Roy like, your brother went back there. You scared? I'm like, I ain't scared of nothing. I'm like, and I ain't going back there because you think I'm scared. I'm going back there to go get my brother. So Raymond like, come on, let's get him. So Roy behind us, right? So he like, I swear to God, I want to swing so bad. So I'm like, swing on who? He like, anybody who can catch a hand. I'm like, hey, well, whoever swing, they better just be ready to catch mine. So Cody like, dang, what y'all do to Beth's car? So Marky laughing. Marky is the type that you put him on the spot, he'll start laughing because he wants you to know that he kind of did. He don't know how to still keep it low key. He don't know how to lock it down. He don't know how to keep it secret. He got to let some of the secrets seek out a little bit. He don't know how to zip. He don't know how to keep it to himself. First off, you did this. Okay? Now, so Beth like, yeah, one of them did it. I know one of them did it. So Raymond like, did what? So Beth was explaining like, yeah, no, I'm cool with you, Raymond. I ain't got no beef with you. I mess with you. But somebody put some white stuff, white paint. But it went, I don't know, it wasn't paint. It was white out. She didn't know what it was. She like, now I got to pay for it and woo, woo, woo. So Marky like, I thought y'all knew who did it. So she said, y'all did it. So she get up now. When she got up, she had on sweatpants, but she was busting a sag with the sweatpants. So she gets in Marky's face. So Marky like, hey, I'm telling you, I hit girls. He like, I'll hit you, Beth. You know I hit you. So Roy like, you ain't gonna hit her. So Roy end up saying, well, won't you just hit me? Marky said, I hit either one of y'all. If y'all in my space, he like, get out my face. I'm like, hey. I'm like, get out my brother's face. So Raymond like, yeah, come on, y'all, just chill. So I'm like, y'all, let's just get off on this stop. So boom, we get off on this stop. So Roy like, yeah, you scared. So I gets off first. Raymond gets off. Marky was getting off. They kick Marky. They kick Marky and he comes off the bus. Dude, he like, as he was getting off, pushing the door, coming behind us, somebody kick him. He instantly, man, he turned around, he trying to open it. They laughing like, as the bus pull off, they, sticking up their like, Marky, he like, we finna catch that bus. I'm like, yeah, come on. So now we're running. We're chasing the bus. We're chasing the bus. We're running. The bus stopped at the red light. Cause Marky, know we good. I had to chase a few buses down to treat people. Man, we caught that bus. The bus driver, he remembered us. So he like, hey, did y'all leave anything? Marky ain't say nothing. We just hurried up, got on the bus. So when they see us, they hurry up, they run off the bus. So the bus as we get on, they hurry up, ran because they saw us get on. They get off. The bus driver pulls off. So we like, no, hey, no. So he like, hey, stop playing on my bus now. Stop playing. So Marky like, come on, open the door. Open the door. He like, nah, at the next stop. Marky like, nah. He pulled the thing, boom. And we get out. We get out, right? It stopped the bus and we get out. So they running, right? Roy and them running. So Marky, he's running. I'm like, Marky, no. He's chasing Roy though. So I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm running, trying to follow them, but Marky is hitting it. He wants Roy. He wants him real bad. Man, he's chasing him. So I'm like, man, I'm getting a little tired. I'm starting to feel my heart pumping on the side. I'm like, oh, Lord. Marky catch him. Boom, you see it. Straight action. I was so happy and thrilled. Not that he did that, but just so we could stop running. My heart, my chest. Boom, we get up there. He like, yeah. He like, come on. He like, kick me now. So I'm like, Marky, just chill. He like, no, bro. I ain't chilling. He like, get up. So Roy get up. He like, hey, get off me. So now Roy is on that. He ready. So I'm like, wait, stop. He like, no, I ain't the one that kicked you. He like, that was Beth that kicked you. He like, well, you know what? Send us the belt. So he tried to swing. The dude missed, but I didn't know it was coming. He swung so hard because I was standing right there telling the dude, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, chill out. Like, I was basically in the middle. But Marky swings so sloppily. It was sloppy. He missed Roy, and I didn't know it was coming. And he hit me on the side of the head. I'm like, boy, you just hit me. He like, my bad, bro, you good. Roy like, man, I ain't got no beef with y'all. I said we good. He like, I'm just rolling with my people. He like, I'm just messing with y'all. I ain't gonna do nothing to y'all. If I wanted to do something, y'all would have been did something to y'all. Marky like, well, do something. I'm like, we gotta go. I'm like, we good. He like, that was Beth. Beth the one that kicked you. So he like, yeah, all right. He like, you lucky. I'm like, come on, we good. So I'm like, yo, we gone. Come on. Boom. Now we're a couple of blocks away from the school. So we got to get back on the bus. We get back on the bus, finish the rest of the hour. We get to the school. Piper is not there. Now, I'm a little late. I supposed to been there. So I'm like, all right, we're just going to stand in the front of the school. Now, mind you, it's people coming in and out. People are outside just in front of the school. It's just people just chilling. They chilling. So Raymond like, you think I could flame this up? I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, why not? So we chilling, boom. So Brianna comes on the side. I was sitting down. So I was sitting down, like, we had like these little steps and then you had the little side thing. So I was sitting down on that. And all of a sudden I feel somebody just like brush up on the side of me. So I'm like, turning around thinking it's Piper. But it's Brianna. And she like, can we talk for like 2 minutes? I'm like, yeah, we can talk. So remember, like, you want to hit this before you walk away? I'm like, yeah. So boo. So I pass it to Marky. Marky like, oh, y'all finna go make up. I'm like, yo, he's doing the most. I swear. You know what? I ain't gonna. Okay. So boom, I'm like, what's up? So she like, I want to apologize. I'm like, for what? She was like, just for everything, the way I treated you. I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, you're human. You just made a mistake. She like, no, you are nice and I like your personality and woo. She like, I'm kind of mad because it seemed like you was talking to a girl at your workplace. Now you're talking to another. I'm like, yeah, I moved on. I'm like, I saw you was doing you and it seemed like you was happy with a dude. I'm like, and then the girl with the scar said, y'all was really dealing around. She like, no, we never was. We was very close. He told me he liked me, but we still was just cool. And yes, we flirted, but that was it. I'm like, it's all good. She like, I miss my boyfriend. And it kills me. It hurt me to see you with somebody else. I'm like, you gonna do this to me right now? She like, so, but you're gonna go to another school. I'm gonna be into another school or this school, because I might be in trouble. My mama got to come up here tomorrow. I'm like, oh, yeah, it was really a bad deal with the fight. And then me and her, we was super cool. So she just talking to me. I'm like, it's all good. So I started seeing tears. Now, that's a weakness for me. That's a weakness for me, right? Especially if I got feelings for you and I see you crying. You gonna win. I don't care. You're gonna win. So I'm like, hey, don't cry. She was just like, I just really want my boyfriend back. Roshan, I miss you. I'm like, hey, calm down. I'm like, don't cry. She like, it just hurt me. You really just with somebody else? Are you doing it to hurt me? Or are you doing it do you really want to be with her? I'm like, calm down. I'm like, look, I can't. I'm like, let's just stop. So as she was crying, and she laid her head on my chest. She laid her head on my chest. And so she's crying and I'm like, hey, it's okay. I'm like, just stop. So I'm like, kind of like holding her by her head. Like, and she's crying. I'm like, it's okay. She's like, I really want my boyfriend back. I'm like, look, don't worry. I'm like, I'm always going to be your friend. Now I'm just talking in her ear and just trying to be there for her. Just trying to be a friend. I'm like, I'm going to always be there for you. I'm going to always, you know what I'm saying, have your back. I'm like, I'm nothing but a call away. She was like, but I want you as in my boyfriend. I want you like that. I want to be able to say you mine. I'm like, I say, maybe some other time. I'm like, you never know, right? I'm trying to throw out, I'm a teenager. I'm trying to throw out like encouraging words. I'm like, you never know. And we might end up spinning a block in another sense, you feel me? So boom, as I'm holding out here, Rody Dody, so I'm like, I hear Rody Dody and I hear a lot of, I don't know what mean, but it got my attention. And when I looked, it was Piper. Marky and Raymond was like Rody Dody, and clearing their throat to get my attention. But Piper was like right there, right here. And so I let Brianna go, and Brianna was wiping her tears. And so Piper like, first off, let's admire how bad she was looking. Woo! She had the hair down like I like. I love when everything was just perfect. Everything just looked so great. And she had some in her hand. It was a little gift in her hand. And so she looked at me, she said, so I keep seeing you hugging girls. I'm like, it wasn't like that. And so Brianna like, no, it wasn't like that. We was just talking and we just friends. So she said, no, that's not what it's about. You hugging your ex. I'm like, Piper. She like, don't touch me. I'm like, Piper. So here come Marky and here come Raymond. They running down. They trying to figure out like, hey, yo, y'all good? I'm like, yeah, we good. I'm like, Piper. She like, no. She like, in here, this for you. And she dropped it on the ground, right? And I'm like, Marky, pick that up for me. And she walked off. So I'm like, Piper, come here. So now I'm like, I ain't let her get away. So I ran out, grabbed her by him. She's like, don't touch me, Roshan. Now we're loud, right? So the people that's out there, they can see that it's a problem in paradise. So I'm like, hey, don't be so loud. I'm like, chill. She like, this is what you do to me? And I love you? I'm like, you what? She like, yeah, I love you. I'm like, Piper. I'm like, I promise you, I don't want no other girl. Like, I want to be right here. I promise you. I'm like, did you listen to me? She like, please, I just want to go cry. I'm like, I don't want you to cry. I'm like, I was just really, she like, what? You was really what? Hugging her, making sure she was okay, letting her cry on your shoulder. I'm like, she like, I should have smacked her. I'm like, she like, cause she know we date. I'm like, it's nothing like that. I'm like, she's going through a lot, and I just wanted to be there for her. She said, okay, I'm leaving, and you could go be there for her, because she's so important. And so she walked my mind. She like, you touch me again, I'm going to smack you. I'm like, okay. So I said, you're going to walk away? She like, I'm going to walk away. I'm like, okay. All right, walk away. She walked away, and I watched her, and I'm like, how did this happen? And then all I hear is, you good, bro? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. I'm like, come on. So Raymond like, yeah, come on. Let's go and see what's happening inside this party. So I'm like, yeah. Man, he like it. What happened? I'm like, she done with me. So then when Marky comes to me, he give me the bag. Over the bag, it was a little letter, but it was a little necklace. It was a little bitty gold necklace, like a choke gold necklace. It was small. It wasn't that fancy. It was just a regular gold little necklace. And I'm like, how can I enjoy myself? I'm like, I need to see she at the bus stop, right? Right? So they're like, no, man, just let it go. Let's just enjoy. So boom, we goes inside the school. Brianna, she's over there with her peoples, right? So I don't see the girl with the sky. I do see Legs. It's crowded, but Legs got her peoples. Legs got her peoples with her, and they look, the way they was dressed wasn't dressed like, hey, we going to it was dressed like we're about to get ready to drag somebody. Look, so Legs come over there with me. She like, hey, what happened? I'm like, what happened to what? She like, why you ain't have my back? I'm like, I just didn't want to get in trouble because I was doing the test. She like, you know, I would have had your back, and I had your back a few times. I'm like, yeah, I know that. I'm like, I just didn't want to get in trouble. I'm on thin ice. She said she got hers coming today. She like, let her show up. So boom, I'm just sitting there. I'm still chilling. So Brianna, she comes over there again by me. And Mark is over there now. Raymond, he done dipped off. He done seen somebody that he over there like spitting game to. So I'm over there by the juice and the chips and all that. So Brianna, like, she mad at you? Like, yeah. She mad at me. She was like, I would be too, because I wouldn't want the guy that I like so much in somebody else's face. Like, yeah. Right. I'm like, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna walk off. Right? I'll tell her straight up, like, I'm gonna walk off. I'm finna go over here and see what Raymond doing. So she like, can I walk with you? I'm like, no. I said, I just really need some time. So I'm steady talking to her. She like, but, and she grabbed my hand. She like, no, I don't know. What if I never see you again? So she got my hands. I'm like, what you mean? I'm like, you know where I stay. Now, as I'm talking to her, here come Piper. So Marky like, hey, yo, hey, bro, hey, there go Piper. So I let her hand go. I'm like, so she steady trying to grab my hand. So Piper comes straight over there and smacks her. Like, why? Wow, why you keep being in my boyfriend's face? That turned Brianna up. Brianna got her drink and just threw it on. So I'm like, hey, y'all, chill. So the teachers, it was some of the teachers in there. They're like, hey, no fighting. Hey, no throwing things. And so Piper was like, tell her to get on her side. Tell her to get from over here where my boyfriend is. So I'm like, hey, I'm like, chill. I'm like, why you smack her? She was like, why she in your face? I'm like, it's not nothing like that. So the teacher was like, hey, if it's going to be altercation, y'all can leave. So I'm like, no, it's no altercation. So Piper was like, you're right. I'm going to leave so it won't be no altercation. I'm like, come here. Like, I'm like, let me talk to you. She's like, no, I don't want to sit here and look crazy. You basically in her face. I leave, go get some air and come back. I'm like, she just was talking to me. I'm like, she know I don't, go ask her. She know I don't want her. So now I'm yelling, right? She walks off. So I'm like about to walk. So Marky like, no, let her go, bro. I'm like, he like, man, she smacked up pretty hard. I'm like, let me go check on her. So I walk over there. I'm like, Brianna, you good? She like, you know what? If I catch her, I'm telling you, I'm going to run up on her. I'm like, no. I'm like, it's my fault. I'm like, it's my fault. I'm sorry. She like, you can't talk to nobody. You can't have no friends. Like, she that jealous? I'm like, no, she not jealous. She just mad that I'm talking to you because you're my ex. So boom, the party is steady going, right? Everything that kind of cooled down. Piper has not came back. I'm like, all right, cool. So I got Nana phone, right? So I see the hours have passed, but I'm a little late on the hours. Now you got to remember, she's about military. This lady ain't called the phone. This is her cell phone. She knows the number. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. This lady ain't called and say, hey, you're a little late or nothing. So I called. I said, she picked up the house phone. I'm like, hey, Nana. She like, don't hate me. You're 9 minutes late. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, I want to know, can we stay for a couple of more hours? She like, a couple of more hours? I'm like, yeah, because we got to still get on the bus and come home. She like, okay, a couple of more hours. Boom. We good, a couple of more hours. All right. So I'm like, Marky, we got to leave. We're going to stay here an hour, and then we're going to spend the time like just blowing and then on our way home. So boom, Marky, he doing his own thing. Raymond doing his own thing. I'm chilling. The girl with the sky is in the building. The girl with the sky is in the building, and she got some knockers with her. She got some knockers with her, and her same knockers, but she came a little deep. So I'm like, oh, God. So everybody coming in. So I'm like, man, I ain't know you could bring as much as people you want to, but all right, cool. I guess because they celebrating with you. So we chilling, right? DJ going, we having a good time. Everybody going up there getting juice and chips and pizza, right? So slowly but surely, everybody started leaving. So I'm like, yeah, people started leaving. I'm like, yeah, it is kind of like time to go because our hour been up. We was there for like an hour, 30 minutes. Like, we only had 30 minutes to get to the crib. So after a while, we already knew that, hey, the party finna be over, but we don't want to miss the fight, though. So I'm like, I need to, like, see what happens. I wanted to see how everything was going to play out. So Raymond like, we finna go. I'm like, yeah, come on. So boom, we leaves out. So the girl with the sky, she comes behind me out the hallway, right? She like, Roshan. So I'm like, now I'm a little distance away. I'm like, yeah. She like, can I talk to you for a second? But it was the way she was saying it. She wasn't sound like, can I talk to you? She like, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, what's up? She like, come here. I'm like, you come to me. So Marky like, yeah, you come. She like, nobody's talking to you. So she like, I want to talk to you without your two buddies. So I'm like, you sure you're not going to hit me? She like, I'm not going to hit you. If I was going to hit you, I would have been hit you. I'm like, all right. So boom, they share away. So they like, we right here. They was a few steps down. So I'm like, what's up? So she like, so when I wrote that note, I wrote that note when you and Brianna was talking. I did see Brianna flirt with a couple of guys, and I did see Brianna talk to the guy with the bracelet a lot. They always was hanging together. So I was like, dang, you know, I know this dude really like her. And I started liking you. I did. So that's why I will always pick with you and always mess with you. And she's saying, I do want you to have my phone number, just in case if we don't see each other again or you need somebody to help you fight. I'm like, what? She like, 'cause you little. I'm like, hey, what? Hey, little. But I thought that was funny how the way she came to me. So I was like, all right, I'm like, what's your number? So I took her number and I put it in the phone. Boom, I walk away, right? So Marky like, you think it's finna be a fight? I'm like, nah. So Marky like, look, let's just chill right here. I'm like, nah, because Nana said we got to be home at a certain time. He like, so? Straight like that. So I'm like, all right, come on. Well, we already out here. She'll understand. We'll just tell her we missed the bus or whatever. So boom, everybody started coming out, right? Everybody started coming out. So Legs, she comes out the opposite side of the door with her peoples. They posted. They like, yeah. So Legs, she like throwing her shoulder like, I swear to God, like, where she at? Where she at? I'm like, uh-oh.